This meeting is being live streamed.
That what it says?
By staying on this meeting, you consent to being live streamed. Anyone with access to the live stream can watch or share with others.
Oh, there we are.
Well, sure, now she sends me the text.
Okay, cool.
She says, oh, I didn't realize it was uploaded. I told her like an hour ago, I said, okay, I'm uploading that right now. All right, I agree to being live streamed.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, we might as well hit the record button. Record on
Let's
this.
do it.
Record on this computer. Okay, you can hit it any time. Eh?
Okay, well, here we go. In 5, 4, 3. On today's episode of Video Marketing Madness, we are going to discuss some new things going on, including that great new iPhone 15, which is fantastic for us videographers. Yeah. You'll want to stick around for that.
No.
But for now, let's hit the music. Oh, wait, I totally screwed up. I didn't mention our sponsor.
Okay, well, just do, yeah, you don't need to start from the beginning. Just go ahead and do the mobile thing. I'll splice it together.
Okay. And of course, today's episode is made possible by our good friends over at Movo, who make the products that will help you with that iPhone 15 so that you can shoot great video. If you need a microphone, a stand, even some lights, you can get it all at Movo. In fact, Steve, I don't know if you noticed it or not, but one of their newer packages, they actually have tripods in there now too. So don't know if it's a good tripod or not, but they do have tripods that are in there now. So definitely something to keep my eyes peeled on and see if they're any good. My tripod, over 30 years old. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of old tripods here too.
If you need new stuff, head on over to Movo by going to raiselinks.com/Movo. Tell them I sent you and you will get absolutely nothing extra. And they won't charge you for it either. All right, let's hit the music.
And it's the radio show about video marketing madness with Ray, the video guy, and I'm Steve Sleeper. And before we get talking about the iPhone, I just got a couple things what did Steve learn this week? Okay. On this section of the show, what did Steve learn this week? I feel like I need Paul Schaefer playing some goofy music.
I know we need a theme song for that.
Yeah, exactly. But so. And I told you about this. I wanted to create a short, and I had gotten rid of the software, the cloud-based software, and I forget what it was called, like Zipline or something that I was using to create shorts because my shorts were getting 0 views. And the software that I was using before, let's say the name was Zipline, it wasn't really great at creating shorts. You either had to do a letterbox or it didn't show anything that you wanted to show, Right. It would show bushes, or something like that with my train videos. So I've got some really cool catches that I've gotten, this year. I mean, a handful, and I wanted to make shorts out of them. So I went over to Canva. And I made a 1-minute video, just a regular old 1-minute video, and then I uploaded it. And lo and behold, it showed in this case, it was a piece of maintenance away equipment. It was something on the railroad tracks, but it showed the actual, what I wanted it to show. It showed it. It did a great job. It somehow knows what to do, I guess. So and I'm sure there's a technical explanation for that, but I didn't really try to figure that out.
Yes, the Fernum Schnavitz will interact with the
electro defragmentizer. Yeah, it was the electro defragmentizer.
Exactly, and it'll pull out the extra chronometer and pick out the right things.
And
just call it AI.
AI, and maybe it is AI. Could be.
Well, I don't know if you know this, Steve, but if you stick the letters A and I after anything,
it
makes it better.
That's right. I'm going to start doing that.
Makes it better.
I did post on Facebook one time that I'm going to answer every single question with. Remember how I was telling you this software that you and I use, and people in the group for it, the support group, just ask the dumbest questions. So I was trying to answer a few here and there, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you're the support desk. Can I private message you on Facebook and all that kind of stuff? And it just got to be ridiculous, all the questions I was getting. So I quit commenting in there or giving any advice. But during kind of the middle of that, I posted on Facebook, I'm going to answer every question with Blue Oyster Cult. How does this work? Blue Oyster Cult. How does AI work? Blue Oyster Cult. So putting AI on the end of every word kind of reminded me of that.
Pretty much. I noticed that with products, everything is such and such AI.
AI.
Or they'll put GPT.
GPT is, yes, that happens quite a bit. I think
and
that's better. Actually, that's how I'm going to answer every question now. AI, not Blue Oyster Cult.
Yeah, there you go.
Blue Oyster Cult was more cowbell.
Yes, we're aware.
Now, the other thing that I found that works really well is, what is it? VidVoicer. I bought that from you.
Yep.
And there's been times where I recorded the voice, downloaded it, and then there's a way to make a slideshow out of it. So I went to rip the slideshow, and it would never rip. It just, that little circle just kept spinning. And I was in a hurry to get some stuff done probably yesterday. So I thought, Canva. So I went over there, and it's great for creating slideshow videos as well. So
yeah, Canva has a lot of things. People think about going there to make a graphic to put on social media or whatever. But there's a lot of great features in there, some of which deal with the social media things. Like, for instance, you can pick a style that you like for your meme or whatever, and you could bring in a CSV with a bunch of different quotes and things and have it make all the graphics for you.
Right. You do that. You do that.
I do. You? I've done that.
I do. Yeah. Well, what I did, and this is probably what I'm going to do in the future, VidVoicer, the voice part, the AI voice part, which you've done this with it. It always works. It's fine. It's never janky. So what I'm going to do is create the voice over there and then upload it into Canva. And Canva works great for slideshows, just lickety split, and the cropping's a lot better and everything else. So it's a Swiss Army knife. It really is.
I got to say, you mentioned the voices and stuff like that. Man, oh man, those have gotten so good.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
I made something the other day, and it was in the lessons like we have at 4:00 today. We've got the mastermind, and last week, I don't know if you were in there or not, Steve,
I wasn't. I had something going on. I will be today, though. I got all my work done yesterday, so that's
nice.
Cool.
Oh, good. So your mom will let you come now? That's
yeah.
Good. Got his homework done. No, but we did last week. We made
I can go out and play.
Yeah, exactly. We made a TV commercial, like a whole commercial. It was an allergy commercial. I made up a fake.
Yeah. I did see that. I did see that.
Did you? Yeah. And we used the AI wrote the script, and the AI voice made the voice. And I mean, it was good. I mean, for something we threw together in 30 minutes, it was really good for that.
Did you edit the copy at all?
No, not at all.
Wow. It was good. I thought, I mean, like you said, it's not going to win an Emmy, but it was good enough,
Well, for 30 minutes of work, it was pretty good.
That's right.
Oddly enough, it actually is a real product, or it was.
Oh, I know that. Yeah. So yeah, I thought it was.
I looked it up afterwards and found,
so maybe I was there. Maybe I was there last week. What happens when you?
The name of the product we created was Allerest. Allergy arrest. And come to find out, apparently in the 80s it was a product, and I guess they stopped making it.
Oh, it's not anymore? Okay.
I don't believe so. I believe it was.
I remember it.
Because I did find a commercial for it.
Drix Oral was another product in the 80s that's no longer around. I always liked
there's quite a few. There's quite a few.
Although
Tab Cola. We'll make a cola commercial today. Tab Cola.
Tab Cola. Now, this comes from search engine land. Oh, wait a minute.
Always picture
Search
Pac-Man.
engine journal, search engine journal.
Search
So
it.
basically, we talked about the shorts where you can link it to a video.
Yep.
Coming
Coming soon, next couple of weeks.
Yep. And I look forward to that. That's going to be very helpful for me.
Question is, will they give it to everybody, or are they going to slowly roll it out like they usually do?
Oh,
They announced it, so I think it's going to go out faster, but who knows?
Well, guess what they took away, though?
What's that?
You can't put a hyperlink in the description.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do the HTTP, et cetera, but it's just not going to hyperlink. So they give you something and then they take something away.
I know. They gave us cards and they took away our clickable annotations.
I know. Why did they
want
take
them back? Get rid of those stupid cards. Get rid of my annotations.
Yeah, those clickable annotations.
Problem is the annotations didn't work with the phones. I'm sure that could be
that's
worked
right.
out now.
Yeah.
Sure, that could be figured out.
Okay, this is search engine land. YouTube is removing individual ad controls on new videos. So pre-roll, post-roll, skippable, non-skippable. Moving forward, creators will only be able to decide between displaying ads before or after a video and whether to have this option on or off. YouTube is going to decide which ad type to display as appropriate. That makes sense.
It doesn't make sense. So I keep telling my clients, I'm always like, 8 minutes. Video's got to be 8 minutes. Don't give me a 7-minute video. If you're going to be 7 minutes, make it 8 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I got, I think. Yeah.
All right. Well, before we get into the whole iPhone thing, I did want to talk a little bit about, and I don't know how many people out there are starting to use this or not, but I've started messing around a lot more with the infamous CapCut. Steve, are you familiar with CapCut at all?
No.
So CapCut is a video editor, and it's made, I don't know if it's made by, but it's like officially, the official editing program for TikTok.
Oh.
And it's pretty darn awesome. Like,
is it?
It's got so the idea behind it is it's a full featured video editor, but the real focus is on, effects and fun things and whatnot. But it's got all the tools that a high-end video editor would have for the most part. I mean, it's a competitive editing program, but with a lot of really cool stuff that you're not going to be able to do in Premiere or Final Cut Pro or any of the other ones, unless you put in a lot of extra work. And I'm talking about things like, for instance, because it's for, the TikTok crowd, like you can have a person talking and press one button and flames will be shooting out of their eyes while they're talking,
cool.
Things like that, things that would take a lot. You'd have to track and everything, and it does it automatically. It tracks and it does voice changes and like all sorts of AI type voice things. You can, I did it yesterday with a video, just messing around with it, and picked a different voice. And it's still my face, but it's a different voice talking.
Cool.
And there, you could turn it into an elf, and there was a girl, and there was a guy, and, like an announcer, and it synced up to what you were saying, but it had a totally different voice than yours.
Oh, cool. That would be cool. It was
really, really neat. And they've got tons and tons of transitions and effects and stuff like that. So it's a fun program to use. Quite honestly, I could probably do most of, if not even all of the work that I normally do probably in that program. I mean, it's that good.
That's impressive. So who did the Chinese steal that from?
I have no idea. Not sure. Not anybody I know, because I don't see any others that do that kind of stuff. So a fun little program. And what's great about it is, I used it a while ago, just kind of messing around, but you can run it on your Mac or your PC. You can run it on your smartphone, your tablet. You can run it from a web browser. So it is very, very versatile when it comes to making videos. And my daughter makes, these really cool videos, and she does it with CapCut on the phone.
Wow.
So it's very, and a lot of the neat videos that you would see on like a YouTube short or a TikTok, that's where you're going to see it comes from working on CapCut.
And you use, hold on just a second. I got to
I
sneeze. I got to
everything. Woo! All
there.
right.
I had to sneeze.
You couldn't hear it, but if you could see it, it was really
Yeah.
cool.
You use TikTok quite a bit for your escape room, don't you?
Yeah. Well, what we typically try to do is we try to get short videos while people are in the rooms, and then I'll put it to TikTok. I'll put it to Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, YouTube Shorts. Just try to get it everywhere.
Yeah, right,
but
right.
I've gotten most of my really good stuff out of Facebook Shorts, Facebook Reels is where most of my action has come from. Sometimes YouTube, and the Instagram at the beginning, the Instagram one was getting okay, but then it was dying off for some reason. We weren't getting a lot out of that one. But the Facebook one, we were getting like 42 million views, 5 million views, 7 million views, 2 million views.
Wow.
So it was going. And then, of course, in between that is, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000.
Now, let me ask kind of a dumb question. I've got Instagram just to look at beagles and what my kids have to say about stuff. And that's it. Call me an old guy because it's true. But when you upload a reel, does it go to both Facebook and Instagram?
No, they are separate. Okay. But if you're using the Meta Business Suite to post your stuff, you can post to both at the same time.
I see. Okay.
So I don't know why they separate. It's like if you're putting it to, well, I guess because some people only have one or the other, but so that's why they do it that way. But yeah, it's weird that it's not really connected. It is and it isn't. Like even in Meta Business Suite, once you upload that reel, you'll see that it's two totally different videos. Mm-hmm. Here's the Facebook one and here's the Instagram one, and different stats, different everything. So it's the same video just posted in two different places, but they're separated. So,
well,
and they work differently too, which is kind of bizarre. And I forget the actual specs or whatever. I think the Instagram one can be longer. I think the Instagram one can be 90 seconds and the Facebook one can be 60 or something like that. I can be wrong. Don't hold me to that. All of mine are like 30 seconds, 20 seconds. So it doesn't affect me either way, but yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep. And then the other thing that I'm working on is a new YouTube channel. I'm trying to see how long it takes to build this YouTube channel that I'm putting together when I'm not doing anything that's, well, I was gonna say I'm not doing anything paid. That's not totally true, but I'm not using like Ninja software and things like that. Like I'm trying to just build a channel and organically grow that channel and see how fast we can grow it. Now, watching what a lot of the experts all say, they say, oh, it takes, a good channel will take, unless obviously let's exclude something that just for whatever reason just takes off, somebody posts something that absolutely goes wild viral for whatever reason and somebody comes across it. But what they say, they say it probably takes a good 30 days for a good channel to reach 100 subscribers. And I'm at 71 now. It said 74 the other day, then it said 71, but I don't know if you notice, but YouTube loves to give and take away. I don't think
howdy.
Yeah, but it's normal. It's normal. But I was watching a thing the other day, and one of the other guys, he said he sees a good 15 to 20% of the views vanish on most channels nowadays. 15% when they do these purges and things like that. And you don't need to worry about it. It's not like they're making a claim like, aha, you're cheating. It's not anything like that. It's they're reconciling things and they're seeing things like, oh, this doesn't look like a good thing. Like getting rid of any views this guy had,
I see.
So you get dinged with that kind of stuff, but it doesn't affect you. It doesn't hurt you or anything like that. But just be aware that you'll see those kinds of things happen. Some channels I don't really see it happen, and others I do. This particular channel, this new one, I had one video and, oh, hey, look at that. It jumped all the way up to 400 views. And then I go back later and it was like 200. And so I'm like, okay, did I imagine that?
Crazy.
So, but, and the only thing I'm really doing with it other than just self-promotion, getting it out there, constantly putting stuff on there. Now I'm doing shorts, which I just started putting shorts on there, sharing it on Facebook and in groups. I even emailed out to people, which for all of you that are on my email list, I'm looking at you guys. Not that many came and subscribed from that. So thanks a lot.
Yeah.
But so we're at 71, and the channel is, I want to say it's like 15 to 20 days old now, but it's not really. Like, I started it, but then I didn't do anything with it for like the first week. So realistically, we're probably about 10 days in since we really started putting content, and you know, like, I had uploaded some videos, but they were just kind of privatized in there until I was ready to go. So we've been live really for about 10, 12 days, and we're at 71. So we may reach that 100 a little bit faster, but you know, we'll see.
That's interesting.
But the one thing I am testing with this is one of the newer features in YouTube, which I don't know if you're too familiar with it, Steve. It's these guys love to give things bad names, though. It's called promotions. Okay, that's a terrible name for this, because obviously anytime you run an ad, it's a promotion, and you know. But this is it's a beta thing that they have in there, and I think most channels have it. I think there might be still some of you that don't have it quite yet. But what it does is, rather than just running a traditional ad where a traditional ad, you know, just runs as a pre-roll or whatnot, this one here falls into some of that, but also falls into that whole category of what we talk about as being a lot more powerful than just search these days, which is, you know, all the browse features. So they will, you're paying money, they put you on page 1 of Google in front of people, and they'll put you
with a YouTube video.
With a YouTube video, yes. Yeah.
Will they do that with a competitive?
I would assume so. Not a lot is known exactly about it yet. It's still in beta. They're still changing things. But I did discover one thing, though, Steve. This channel, by the way, I didn't mention. It's called Main Street Business.
I've been seeing the videos. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And
Main Street Business Strategies.
Did I say video strategies? I meant business strategies.
I don't know, but it's Main Street. Is it business strategies or video business strategies?
No, I think I said video strategies.
Okay,
but
all right. Anyhow.
But the on there, like, one of the things we're doing right now is a series of videos on Google Business Profiles. So I've got a video about editing your profile. I got a video about messages, a video about the phone calls, a video about posting. You know, in their promotions tab, they limited. Literally, that's what it says. Mine these say active limited, because they won't let me use the word Google in the ad.
Oh.
Or at least the automation didn't. You have to appeal or change it. But I'm going to try and make some changes on one of them and see what happens. Because it says in the ad copy. Now, the name of the video is, you know, like this one here is Unleash the Power of Photos in Google Business Profiles. So that's the name of the video, but it only said that the ad copy. So I might change that. Maybe I'll change it to like GMB instead of Google Business Profiles, or GBP. I'm not sure which. I got to look and see, is GMB still a more powerful search term these days than
I'm hearing more and more people start to say GPP.
It's starting to switch. But anyway, so I'll test that and see if I change that, if all of a sudden because you know, they're not taking my money.
Where do you find promotions? Is it part of your Google Ads?
In the actual content area where your videos are, where it says like video, live, playlists, you know, that kind of thing. It's actually in there. It'll say promotions beta. And it's very simple. It takes seconds to run an ad. You don't have to do much at all.
And where is it again? It's in one of the tabs or something?
It's in the content area. So where you go to look at your videos, your list of videos at the top, it'll be one of the things up there. If you have it. Like I said, I'm not sure I think everybody has it, but it may still be rolling out, and some people may not have it yet, but it is still listed as beta. So some of you, it may show it and you won't be able to use it yet.
Oh, okay. All right.
Who knows? But that's coming soon. So I'm testing it to see, and I did it with a few others, and I had pretty good success doing it. You know, you're not going to get 10,000 views for $100, you know, that kind of a thing, but it's going to put it out there. Like one that I did do, it got 107 views. I only spent $50 on each of these just to get it out. But it got 107 views, and it got 22,000 impressions. So an impression just means that somebody saw it on one of the pages. Yeah. Doesn't mean they cared. Doesn't mean it related to them. It just means it showed up on their screen.
Right.
So,
Right. Cool. Okay, let's talk about the iPhone.
All right, so now to the main event here. We're going to talk about that new iPhone, the iPhone 15, mostly the Pro. Don't care about the regular one. And the regular one's great. That's fine. But I'm not getting the regular one. I get the Pro version because it gives you extra features. And in my case,
you are a pro.
That's right. In my case, the Pro Max, which is the extra big one for us half blind people. But this year, it's more than just for the half blind people. They actually have a new camera in only the larger Pro version.
Oh.
And it's a prismatic camera. And a lot of people speculated that, they're going to have a periscoping camera. And in some of the, in like the Samsung Galaxy, the new one, the newer ones have a periscoping camera, which is periscoping, meaning that it, expands out a lot further physically. So it's not a digital zoom. It's
so you can't go underwater and
can't go underwater. Well, you could. It's actually water resistant. So you could go underwater.
Okay.
But no, it doesn't like periscope out of the phone, but inside the lens pieces periscope like a traditional lens.
I got it.
Which I get. I mean, all of them do that to an extent, but this one, it allows it to do it even further. And that's why Samsung can, do the really far zoom images, which still look terrible, but you can do it.
Yeah.
I always laugh about those things like, oh, now I can do 100 times zoom. And well, yeah, but do you really want to even look at the picture you're going to get?
Well, here's what happens when I do whatever. I got the Galaxy 21 phone, but so it's a little older, but it's still got good zoom. My problem is I zoom in, it's real fuzzy, and then it's hard to keep it still. And if if I get it, I hit the microphone. If I get it and hold it like this, and I'm doing okay, it's fine. But if I even look up, then it starts going like this, and I'm trying not to.
That's the problem with doing that kind of thing. Yeah, you have to put it on a tripod at that point. And realistically, it's only a 10x zoom. The rest of it's digital.
Okay.
So if you're sticking within the 10x, now you're talking about just a digital zoom on that. Now this new one on the iPhone is only a 5x digital. 5x optical zoom, but they do it through using prisms. And so inside of the phone, there are all these prisms that bend the light, so it makes it equivalent to having a much longer lens. And it's supposed to be pretty good. And somebody who tested it, they said the one thing that really surprised them was they did zoom all the way out, and they didn't get the big shaky image because the image stabilizer in there was pretty good. So they were surprised to see how stable it was. But for us, and I know there's going to be some of you that love Android phones and whatnot, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Use what you got. But this just happens to be the new one that I'm going to be at least trying to get. We'll see how easy it is to get your hands on it. But the interesting thing about the iPhone and with the Android, if you're taking still pictures, it's 50. If you got a Pixel, or if you got an S23, if you got an iPhone 15 or 14, you're going to get great pictures on any of them. And there's really no difference. When it comes to video, though, there's still a big difference. And I know the Android people don't like hearing that, but there's still a major difference between the iPhone doing video and the other ones. Do they do great video as well? Yes, but they don't have the more pro-end features that the iPhone does with video. They just don't. And there are some features a lot of people don't even use on the iPhone that I've messed around with that just blow my mind. Like, for instance, taking a video, and nowadays all the cameras have the portrait mode where I take a picture of you, Steve, and the background is blurred. It's not really blurred. The phone made it blurry. The lens didn't do it, but it does a pretty good job. Well, on the iPhone, you can do that. And Samsung, you can do that as well, to an extent, with video. So you can do that with video. And in the iPhone, you can do rack focuses just by touching the screen, and it'll be zooming. It'll be focused on you. And then we'll click on the person in the background and it'll focus on them. But here's what makes it really cool is that cinematic mode that you're using with that. When I take that video back, I can change that focus. So
Really?
yeah. So I don't have to change focus between you and the person in the background when I'm shooting it. I can do it later with the footage because all that information is there in the file. And then I can go, oh, rack focus back to Steve now. Oh, now rack focus to the guy behind him. Now rack focus back to Steve, even though we didn't shoot it that way.
In the editor.
In the editor.
Dang.
Yep.
Wow.
It's very, very cool. And in your phone, you can do it afterwards. We're watching it back. You can click on the thing just as if you were using your camera. You're watching the video back. You can change the focus to something else in the picture. It's very, and now they're going to do that with still images too, where the still images you capture, you'll be able to change that as well. But yeah, with the video, it's very, very powerful, very useful. But what really makes this a powerful tool for us as videographers today is, one, they switched from the old Lightning port on the iPhone to USB-C, but on the Pro versions, the 15 Pro and the 15 Pro Max, they actually have high speed USB-C. The rumor was it was going to be Thunderbolt, which Thunderbolt is ridiculously fast. We're talking like 40 gigabytes per second. Crazy. Right. They ended up not doing that. They ended up doing USB-C 3 speeds, which is 10 gigabytes a second, which is still incredibly fast. But what makes that really exciting is you can now shoot with your iPhone, and because it's got the fast USB-C 3, you can actually connect that to external recording devices, external computing systems, and you can shoot your video and not record it on your phone, but record it to external devices and whatnot. And they actually showed it where it was actually connected into professional shooting environments where there's, the cameraman is out here shooting, but there's somebody sitting at the desk logging the information and watching it and, making adjustments and all that. So that alone is well worth the upgrade on that. To me, it may that, I'm one out of 100 that's the big feature, but for me, that's the really big thing. Plus the fact that because you can record externally now, they've opened up higher quality recording modes. So you can do like the 4K ProRes at 60K now, and which is good. You could do like 60K shooting before and everything, but now you can do it at a professional resolution, not a compressed one, and because you can be recording it externally. Cool. Now, how that's going to work, I'm not sure. I know you plug the USB in, but it'd be interesting to see what you can connect it to and how you can do that. But it'll be good because quite honestly, the only downside to that is one of the only reasons to pay the extortion prices of going higher storage on the phone was because you wanted to store more video. Well, now you can just record it to an external device that's going to be a lot cheaper.
That's pretty cool.
So, but yeah, I'm excited for that. So that's a couple of the features that are in there that are really going to make a big difference for people like me that shoot. Plus the camera systems are better. Obviously the 5X zoom that we talked about will be there for video. And they upgraded the actual camera itself. So it's a higher quality image, both for stills and for videos. So it'll be very interesting to check it out, but it sounds extremely promising.
So the top of the line that you want to get, the Pro Max with all the bells and whistles, what's the cost?
These days, actually, they didn't really change the price. What they did was they in the old model, they had one with 128 gigs and it was $1,000. And so now now they don't offer that. They only offer the 256 gig, which is $1,100. So technically the Pro Max is $100 more, but not because you're paying more, but you're getting more.
That's not too bad. I mean, that Galaxy S21 I bought a couple of years ago was like $800. Yeah, it was $800. So
yeah, oh yeah, the 23 is like 1,100 or something as well. So they're way up.
Okay.
And but I mean, let's be honest. Who actually goes out and buys that?
Oh yeah. Ray, the video guy.
You go to AT&T and you go, hey, I want the new phone. And they go, okay, give me your old phone. Okay, well, we'll give you $800. They'll actually give me $800 out of the new price for this. So, and then I don't have, and then they just, it's in the price of your bill. You gotta extend your contract to another 3 years, but that's okay. I'm not going anywhere. So,
who you got for your provider?
We've got Verizon. I should say, I just said, well, I'm not going anywhere. We've got Verizon. We used to have AT&T, and before that we had Verizon. So technically we have gone somewhere, but we only had AT&T for about a year and a half, and then we went back to Verizon.
Yeah, we're a Verizon too. We pay more for it, but we get the coverage.
But I noticed it looked like, from what I could see, it looked like Verizon was giving you the most for your old phone as a trade-in.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Really isn't going to be that big of a deal. And I do have to go, of course, and convince the wife that I really need to switch
there you
this
go.
to new.
Yeah. Well, good luck with that.
Yeah. Well, another cool feature that may not affect me right now, but is definitely going to be something in the future that's going to be a big deal. And, as you know, with these newer phones, they've got multiple lenses. And in this case here with the iPhone, you got 3 lenses on there. But you notice those 2 at the top there, Steve?
Yeah.
What does that look like to you when you got 2 camera lenses right next to each other like that?
Well, you got me. I don't know what.
Well, you know how
one's like long and one's short or something.
Yeah. One's like a macro lens, but in this case here, what I'm talking about is, how Apple announced their new 3D headset, AR, VR headset.
Oh, okay.
So in the new phone, what you're going to be able to do is these 2 cameras at the top will shoot stereoscopic video.
I see. Wow.
And so, hey, look, I turned the light on my phone too.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't have that on.
Well, you do. You got 2 lenses. They would just, if they did that, they would just use 2 of the lenses. But those 2 lenses act as your left and right eye.
Yeah.
And give you 3D shooting.
By the way, if you're listening to the audio podcast, which most of our downloads come from, we do start this as a video. So if something doesn't make sense, sorry.
I'm sitting here pointing at my eyeballs. And most people can't see it. So, but so that's the other really exciting thing, is you're going to be able to do the stereoscopic shooting with your smartphone. It's not going to be an enabled feature right away. It's something that they're going to do with a software update shortly. So we'll see where that goes, but no hurry, since you can't use it yet anyway. Even if you shot it, what are you going to do with it till those $3,500 headsets come out? It's not going to be. What'll be interesting is, can you shoot video like that, and will it be exclusive to the Apple headset, or will you be able to use it as video that can be put onto other headsets? That I don't know. Sounds like it's probably going to be exclusive to the Apple headset, the formatting and all that.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
But that's the exciting stuff that's going on with that. All these new shooting modes, the ability to externally record, and again, that to me, everybody's talking about all these other features, which I didn't even bother talking about today. I don't care about most of that other stuff, but the cameras are really good, and they upgraded I believe they upgraded the front camera too. Or maybe they upgraded it on the 14. I've got the 13 still. I got the 13 like a month before the 14 came out. So I never got the 14.
Well, you could always tell your wife that you never got the 14 when you're trying to convince her to get the 15.
I'll use that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. It's somebody said this is the first time you could really call the Pro a pro device, because you literally do professional things. I mean, people were shooting videos and films and commercials and things anyway, but now you've got more options with that. So it really does have some very pro features. The other thing it has, this is exciting as well and aggravating at the same time. I've got over here, you can't see it, the new Mac Studio, and I've got 2 of them. I got one over there and one over here. The new Mac Studios, which they came out with the M1 version, then they came out with the M2 version. Mm-hmm. And, people are going gaga over how crazy these things are. Oh my gosh, they're so fast, and they do this, and they play video back. Well, the one thing that they did not have that most, I was going to say PCs, but PC graphics cards, like installable graphics cards have, is 3D rendering and ray tracing. And the Apple chips didn't have that. So, you see all these people testing, oh, let's see how much faster the MacBook Pro is versus this Samsung thing. And, and you see like the Mac the Mac kills it at this and beats it at that. And then they go to 3D and it's like, oh yeah, the Windows rendered the 3D thing in 10 seconds and the Apple took a minute and 5 seconds, because it doesn't have 3D chips in it at all, 3D rendering.
Oh, okay.
Well, the new phone, of all things, the phone does.
Wow.
My very expensive computer over here with the higher end chip in it doesn't have that, but the phone will actually have that. It's going to have ray tracing built into it. And they showed like what the difference of that would be. Like they showed it with video games. They showed a very high end video game playing without the ray tracing enabled, and it was slow, and and then they showed it with ray tracing, and not only did it look better with the volumetric lighting and all that, but it moved a lot faster. And so it's very cool that they've added that in there. And what does that mean? Well, that means that's what they're bringing to the next chip for the desktops and the laptops. But I don't do a lot of 3D rendering, so it doesn't affect me very much. But
I've got it. I was just checking the specs on my graphics card, and I've got it. I never use it, but I've got it. They just
and don't be fooled. I'm talking about high end graphics cards that have real ray tracing chips in there. Most of the graphics cards, they have some kind of 3D rendering type stuff in there, but and it's average at best. But the higher end ones, where you're spending some money on a graphics card, they have real embedded chips for doing that.
I don't know if I got. What's it called? NVIDIA or whatever the name of it is, but I don't know what I got. They just, I just know I got a good computer.
Well, and the other thing too, and this has nothing to do with shooting video, but impressive, even though it doesn't really fall into what I do, but I don't know, maybe it will now. They showed off with the 3D chip in there and all that kind of stuff. They showed console gaming on the phone. So I'm talking like Xbox, PlayStation, high-end PC gaming on the phone, full console version, not a stripped down version or anything like that. The full high resolution version running on just a phone. And for those of you that know anything about gaming, they showed Resident Evil Village, which I actually got a copy of that because I like to play those games once in a while, and I love seeing the 3D rendering of that on the higher end computers. But that'll be coming to the phone. What'll be interesting with that is, having a super high resolution 3D thing on a 6-inch screen, does it really matter? But if you can take this and put it onto a bigger screen and play it, now you've almost got like your just a mini PlayStation in your hand.
Right.
Plug into your TV. So, and I don't know how that'll work or if that'll work, but if it does, that would be pretty exciting. I have a feeling it's totally capable of being done, and they'll probably block it from being done because they don't want to, cut into those sales of the other products.
I see. Okay.
So, but who knows? I could be wrong. But I have a feeling they'll probably put limitations on that, so you can't just do that. You still need well, we'll see. I won't speculate at this point. One of the features that the Mac has now is when you create an app for the phone, because essentially the chip in the phone is basically the same chip that's in the computer, just different models of that chip. Mm-hmm. You can run phone apps on your Mac, but the developer can block you from doing that.
Oh, okay. All right.
And it ticks me off because there are some apps I'm like, oh, I can do this right. Nope, they block it. You can't do it. Like, you son of a gun. So ones that do it, I think.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. It's amazing how politics can play a part of that, I suppose, or diplomacy or whatever you want to call it.
Yep, in everything. But yeah, I'm excited. It's first, I saw one video the other day. It's like, it was a boring announcement. It was just little changes. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, what are you talking about? This is like one of the biggest feature changes in a long time.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of advances in this one. From the cameras
there's stupid trolls everywhere, So,
yeah.
Well, who helped make this fine video marketing madness
Well,
episode possible,
it was
Ray?
not Apple and it was not the
No,
iPhone, but
no.
it was the people that can help you to shoot with your iPhone like a professional. And that's our good friends over at Movo. So, want to be able to put a great microphone onto your camera? Oh, wait, let me roll back here for 1 second, Steve. There's one thing I left out. So, with the change to USB-C,
Oh, okay.
all my microphones will no longer plug into my iPhone.
Oh, no.
Now there's an adapter. So it's not a huge deal, but I'm going to have an adapter now for all that. I'm like,
Oh,
probably worth it though. Probably worth it.
sorry, I kind of pushed you into Movo, but they are fine.
That's what reminded me of it, because Movo makes, like, the products that I do have. If I've got an iPhone, a Lightning version of it, they do have USB-C versions of those same products. So maybe I can, pull rank on some of these guys and get them to send me some of this things. Who knows? But it's been a little while. They haven't sent me anything lately. Last thing they sent me was that absolutely awesome mini, tiny little wireless microphone setup that I absolutely love. I use it for everything. But that is over at Movo. It's the WMX2, I believe is the name of that particular one. But you can get that amazing wireless microphone. I mean, when I say amazing, I mean amazing.
Is it
It comes in a little box, and you open up the box, and inside the box are the two very tiny transmitters and the receiver that plugs into either your phone or you can camera version. So they've got different versions of it. But mine came with two transmitters. You can get it with one transmitter as well. But I got two transmitters and the receiver, in my case, that plugs into the iPhone.
I get it.
And the box, much like if you've ever used let me see if I can pull it out here. Oh, where'd it go? So if you've ever used like AirPods, the case is a giant battery.
Yeah.
And you put this is the same thing with this. The box that you put those microphones in is actually a big battery. And so even if you're in the middle of nowhere, you can be charging your wireless microphone setup from that box. So you got batteries in the items, and then you got batteries in the box that'll charge it. So it's constantly charging it. So it's just an awesome system. You got to check it out at raiselinks.com/Movo. Check that out. Check out the lights. Check out the stands. They've got the mini shotgun mics, which I love. They've got wired microphones for less than $20. In fact, I think the one that plugs into anything, so it's not a specific phone one, but an actual jack, I think it's like $14 now for the wireless microphone. So it's just incredible. So many great things there. You got to check them out. raiselinks.com/Movo.
We need to let our attorney that we're recording on Monday know about that, because he wanted to check out some mics. So if you think of it, give me the link to that and I'll send it to him.
I will certainly do that.
Yeah. And just what I alluded to, Ray and I found a decent business in being YouTube consultants / production experts for attorneys. So it's
Yep. So
Ray does most of the work.
Bringing on a lot of I do most of the work, and then Steve takes most of the money. So that's weird how that works. I don't know.
Yeah. But I do pay you.
Not true. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Okay.
I take all the money.
That's right. All right. Well, hey, let's hit that music.
Let's do it.
Okay. So what do I stop first? I'll stop the recording.